Steve, the markets are really nervous right now. How do we get out of this?
Well, I believe we need to grow our way out of it, and growing our way out of it is really the only solution. Now, what steps do we take to grow our way out? That's key. I don't believe that we can cut our budget way out of it. I don't believe that we can raise taxes enough to grow our way out of it. But I do have two ideas that relate to taxes that I think will really cause some tremendous growth. The first thing to do is to eliminate corporate income taxes. Now that's controversial, but if you put it into context, corporations generated $181 billion in income taxes last year. Compare that with the stimulus bill, which was $787 billion. So for 20% of what our total stimulus bill cost was, I believe we have the ability to cause a jump in jobs. Imagine what having no corporate income tax would do for our country. It would make our country a much more attractive place to do business. Using Ross Perot's terms, that giant sucking sound, I think there would be this giant global sucking sound where businesses and people would be migrating to America in record speed. Additionally, it might cause a bit of a trade war for corporate income taxes where other nations feel that they need to lower their taxes. Why not? Just like the commoditization that we have with shirts and with corn and with gasoline that we buy, things commoditize down in price. Why shouldn't corporate income taxes? So for 20 cents on the dollar, I think we could see a tremendous jump in jobs. Just imagine the amount of manufacturing that could come to our country, the amount of banking, the amount of commerce that would come. And that becomes then taxable. The idea that I have on taxes and tax rates is to make our tax system flat and fair. And what I mean by flat and fair, flatten the tax rates so we have two tax rates, a 10% rate and a 20% rate. 10% for the first 50,000 of all income, 20% for anything above 50,000 all income, dividends, interest, taxable gains, rental income, royalties, everything. In doing that, some people might say, well, that's not fair because my mom or we only have taxable income today of $40,000. We don't pay any income taxes, and we like that. Well, is that fair? When 47% of our population pays nothing in income taxes, yet receives goods and services, receives benefits from our country, is that fair? I don't think it's fair. If you have the ability to vote, you also need to have skin in the game. And in that sense, I'm talking about financial skin. And why not have you pay some income taxes? So what it would do is it would broaden the base and it would generate more revenues from everyone, from a bigger base. Also in that regard, we need to eliminate deductions. Deductions like home mortgage interest, deductions like charitable interest across the board. Now, that's bold. How do we implement that? We don't want to make the mistake that Ronald Reagan made in 1986 when he eliminated passive losses from real estate. What that caused is an immediate decline, immediate collapse in the commercial, the residential, the rental real estate market. Caused a quick collapse. We don't want to make that mistake. Rather, why not phase that in over a 10-year period so that you have the ability to plan for it? So you take 100% of your deductions this year, 90% next year, 80% the year following, giving our economy and giving people the ability to plan for it over 10 years. I believe that those two steps, dropping or eliminating corporate income tax, will cause a tremendous amount of business to come to our country, creating jobs. Secondarily, widening our tax base, lowering the rates for everyone will spur and encourage business, will spur and encourage commerce. That's how we grow our way out of this. You know, in today's world, things are really opaque and confusing and complex. We provide leadership, relationship, capability, and confidence to our clients. Thank you for taking time today to listen to this video blog.